Time is just gone 8:38. Yes, we continue with the broadcast this morning. Now we are talking about a journey of solidarity, a journey of hope. We're talking about a walk for Gaza, and we've seen a lot of people right across the world, very very innovative in their solidarity with the people of Palestine, but more importantly, bringing hope to the people of Palestine, raising funds. And in this case, we're talking about raising funds for medical care for the children of Gaza. And this is where this walk had started yesterday in Soweto. The Salam Media team was out there talking with Itani Rasalanavho. And this is a journey that he is undertaking, starting off yesterday in Soweto. And this is a journey that will take him through to Durban, finishing off on the 4th of February. Today, out in Marlborough, before heading to KwaZulu Natal. And we are now going across to be joined by Itani. Itani, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah and welcome.
Welcome, Salam. Thank you very much to you and the listener.
Yes, wonderful you're able to join us. And clearly, your journey of solidarity and hope has raised a lot of interest. We know that this is a fundraising effort, but also at the same time, creating awareness with regards to the plight of the people of Palestine. Yesterday, our team was out there. In fact, I'm just looking at the picture on the screen, the Salam Media mic, and you are talking to the people at Salam Media. Today, this is where it really happens when you leave Gauteng.
Yes, today it is that we leave Gauteng. We start at 10 o'clock at SM Kopano. I'm actually going to start with the work very soon. It starts at 10 o'clock, but I believe that I will arrive there at about 11 o'clock at SM Kopano. So then we go to Sentin Drive, where there's been a call by the city of Johannesburg. The residents of the city of Johannesburg has called for the street Sentin Drive to be changed to Leila Khalid. The city council has resolved on that. It is a matter of implementing. We are there to also push for that to take place. That is also part of advocacy, to advocate for the Palestinians, part of spreading the struggle of the Palestinians by calling the street Leila Khalid in the middle of sentence, right in front of the U.S. Consulate. It sends a big message because America is the enabler of the occupation on Palestine. It has the enabler of the apartheid regime to continuously suppress us as South Africans. We know what America is capable of. We know what Britain is capable of. So by changing this street name, it is going to serve even more. Like you mentioned, there is the issue of fundraising. Palestinians, and we are not trying to fundraise just because we want to show solidarity. It is because we know that it's impossible for Palestinians to fundraise and actually access their own funds. It is very difficult for them to pull together funds amongst themselves because most of them are refugees. Those people that are in Gaza today that we are speaking of, most of them are refugees coming from other cities. You must remember that in 1948, a lot of Palestinians were moved out of what is Israel today. Majority of them are out in Jordan, in Lebanon, and other parts of the world. Some of them are here in South Africa. But some of them were removed from their homes within Palestine. Most of them that remained within what is Israel were shifted to the south, are part of those that are in Gaza. They are already refugees. That since 2003, they've been deprived access to almost everything. Everything they have was controlled by Israel to an extent that it managed as little as sweet as to how much sweet should go into Palestine, how much glucose should go to get into Gaza and such. So we are saying that let us lend a hand. We are lending a hand as South Africans that know what it is that Palestinians are facing today.
Well, certainly. And also, I think just looking at yourself, and obviously, you've undertaken this long walk now right through to Durban. What are you actually, from an advocacy point of view, along the way, along the routes, and you're going to be passing through various towns and all of that? What are you actually hoping to achieve through advocacy at the same time? And, are there any programs that are lined up for you as you go along? What sort of support have you got, planned for you through the various towns?
The main support that we have received is from each and every town has been from different structures, from the church communities, from the ulama, from everybody, from the activists of society. We've got support from the Mass Democratic Movement, the EFF. All these political parties have been supportive. The National Freedom Party. All these political parties have been supportive. The Palestinian Solidarity Alliance, and mainly the People Against Oppression, has been in the forefront of ensuring that this happens. I'm on a day-to-day basis. I'm with a group from the People Against Oppression, giving us support, providing security, transport, and other forms of communication. Other than that, the other forms of support is those that are joining me during the walk, that are coming with me for at least 10 kilometers into the respective towns. In some towns, there are cyclists that have organized themselves to join and form part of this. The main message that I'm sending in this is for people to imagine a society where when 10,000 children can be killed within 100 days and nothing happens. A society where a community, each and every one of their hospitals can be bombed and nothing happens. Nothing is done about that. A society where 75% of people are killed in a so-called war. Because as you may have realized, I'm a law student, and in this endeavor, there is international human rights and humanitarian law that you face, that you encounter. Those type of laws are very clear on what are the conditions of a war. These are no conditions of a war. The usage of the word war is not appropriate. This is a siege on the people of Palestine. This is a siege on the people of Gaza. So that is the message that I send to say that let us imagine these children that have not died, fortunately, alhamdulillah, but they have lost their limbs. There was no form of relieving any form of pain when some of these children were amputated. It was just clear they witnessed they felt each and every pain that one could endure during the process of this amputation. And more than that, let us also imagine a new Gaza, because the Gaza that is going to be constructed post this war should be different from any other community. It should be one that is more accessible to people who are on wheelchairs. It should be more accessible to children and people in general who are using prosthetic limbs. So we are imagining a society, a totally new community, a totally new society that we never imagined as people. Let us imagine this happening in our time. Let us imagine this happening during our watch. Let us put ourselves on the right side of history and be on the right side of history to ensure that in the future we can say that we did what we could, we have achieved what we could, we tried what we could.
Yes, Itani, just looking at today, what is the program for today? And I know at Salam Media, we will obviously do our best to follow you through all this journey, and I'm sure we will have link ups as you get to some of the other towns as well. But what is the plan for today?
Today we start at Semkopano in Alexander. The community of Alexander have gathered together with that of Marlborough and surrounding areas. They are going to gather in Marlborough to get messages of support from the community of Alexander. We know Alexander is not far from, it's equivalent, partially equivalent to what Gaza is, an area where people were dumped and kept there as a reserve for purposes of employment, and shifted whenever the regime felt that they needed to. It is part of what Palestinians are facing. So people of Alexander are saying, we know what Palestinians are facing, we know what people of Gaza are facing. We stand with you, we're in support of this program. So there's going to be a program for about 2 hours there in Alexander. Then at 2 o'clock, we start another program on Senton Drive. Excuse me. On Senton Drive, where, like I mentioned earlier on, we are going to showcase our movement and the cause to which we are advancing, as well as push for the change of the street name from Senton Drive to Leila Khaled Drive. This is something that has been passed by the council. It just needs for us to push it further. Of the program for today.
Okay, and when do you leave then for Lady Smith?
Two programs in Johannesburg, in Gauteng, to say for the road show. Then we head to Mpumalanga.
Okay, all right. Okay, so you're going to go through Mpumalanga. So you're going to be covering both. You're going to look at Gauteng, Mpumalanga, and from there you're going to head to KwaZulu Natal. So there's going to be quite an interesting trip along the way. But I'm sure we've got the details of your trip here at Salam Media, and obviously from time to time we will be linking up with you just to check on you, number one, but also in terms of how the walk has actually gone for you, but more importantly as well, the purpose and the ultimate aim obviously is to raise funds for the children of Gaza, and this is something that we will continue promoting as well. The cause obviously is massive at the end of the day, and I know what the situation is, and I'm sure you've got a target in mind. You know more or less how much you would like to actually raise throughout the entire trip, and also culminating in when you get to Durban. I'm sure Salam Media will be touching base with you as well. But for now, we wish you well, my brother. Jazakallah so much, Shukran, for your time with us this morning. All the best to you, and hopefully we will catch up soon with you.
Jazakallah, thank you very much, and thank you to the listener.
Itani Rasalanavho today in Marlborough and in Centre Drive as he makes this trip, this long walk for Gaza, ending off on the 4th of February in Durban. With that, we're going to go for a break. We come back. It's time for Juma Nasiha. And remember, from 9:15 until 10, we've got a pre-analysis of the ICJ interim ruling on South Africa's case against the apartheid state of Israel.